Revolt Pro Wrestling is proud to support Pink Heals. Pink Heals is an organization that comes together and fundraises for women dealing with and battling cancer. Now they help their families, they help before, during, and after treatment, bring together money to help deal with things like hospital bills and doctor's offices. They really help build a community, and we are proud to have their logos emblazoned on the Revolt Pro Women's Championship here. We are really lucky to be working with Pink Heals, who supports so much of the community and who supports so much of what we do here at Revolt Pro Wrestling. We want to say a big thank you to Pink Heals.
Booby's Garage has serviced the Pensacola, Florida area since 1930, providing honest, reliable auto repair. We are 4 generations strong with many more to come. From timing belts to transmissions, we've got you covered. Located at 30135 US Highway 98 in Alberta, Alabama. Give us a call for all your automotive needs.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Revolt Pro Wrestling.
Oh, and aren't we happy to be here, Justin?
I sure am, Bryce Anthony. I'd like to thank one of our main sponsors, Auto Medic. They are bringing you all this show live on the Gulf Coast CW Network. Auto Medic provides 24/7, 365 days a year wrecking and towing services to include transport, full delivery, lockouts, accidents and wrecks, jump starts, and even tire changes. We provide light duty and medium duty towing. Also, roadside assistance, as well as local and long distance towing available. Just ask about our public safety discount. Now for immediate assistance, call us at 251-9-TOW-U. That's 251-986-9968, servicing Baldwin County, Alabama.
Well, it's being brought to you right now by Revolt Pro Wrestling. In the ring is Juice Jennings, one of the premier athletes of Revolt Pro Wrestling. Also, Braxton Hunter is here.
Yeah, Braxton Hunter, the Gulf Coast champion.
Yeah.
Like you said, Juice Jennings, the conspiracy theorist.
Just because you don't believe it doesn't mean it's a conspiracy.
It's just excuses, Bryce Anthony.
Yeah.
And there's our champ right there. Look at him, Bryce.
I'm looking at him. I've watched him week after week, barely scrape by the skin of his teeth, keeping that title.
Hey, well, it doesn't matter if you barely win or you win convincingly. A win is a win.
Well, given a win is a win, but when you are living your career due to trickery and happenstance, it's not exactly saying much for you.
Call it what you want, Bryce Anthony. I look for Braxton Hunter to put on a show tonight.
Juice Jennings claiming he's about to become the new champ, and I can't say I disagree with him at all.
Oh, what's going to help him win tonight? UFOs? Maybe Kennedy?
I think you might get involved.
I'm staying right here, Bryce Anthony.
Don't threaten me.
Look at those new tights that Braxton Hunter has on. Man, he looks great, representing the 337 up there,
yeah.
The Gulf Coast champion.
That's just so he can remember where he lives.
And you can hear who this crowd is behind tonight, right?
Juice Jennings taking exception to the crowd. Not liking the support behind Braxton Hunter.
And here we go. Juice showing his power to start. Wins that lockup.
He claims this is wrestling, and you'd be hard-pressed to disagree with the man. That is a deep arm wringer.
Juice, the bigger athlete. Braxton going to have to rely on a lot of speed and agility if he hopes to come away still the Gulf Coast champion here tonight.
I think Juice Jennings just slipped on the mat there.
Also, somebody came out here and dropped some water on that spot.
I wouldn't say water. I'd say something more like Vaseline or vegetable oil. But either way, it was just. And I think Braxton pulled his hair. Juice says Braxton pulled his hair. I have to agree with him. I
didn't see anybody pulling hair.
I think I saw it. I'm closer to it than you were.
Well, I'll have you know, I just got a pair of glasses.
You need glasses, thank God, because you've been missing everything.
Oh, tricked him there. Braxton thought that Juice wanted to lock up again, and he thought wrong. Paid for it with a kick to the stomach.
And just because you fall for something doesn't make it the other guy's fault. You should have known better. And Juice Jennings, wily in the ring, very knowledgeable about what he's doing, able to pull those little
huge shoulder tackle.
Those little bits of trickery out of his back pocket. Use them to his advantage, and bully for him.
Oh, drop kick, nicely done. Braxton's feeling it. Juice reeling to the corner.
Now this right here I think is a mistake. Braxton should have stayed on his man and kept the pressure on him. I saw it. I saw it happen. I saw it.
He just convinced you and our official Will that his tights were pulled.
And I agree with him. It happened. You were watching. You were over there looking at a fan for some reason. Now see, this is Braxton Hunter's own fault. He wouldn't be in this situation if he would have stayed on Juice Jennings when he got the upper hand. I mean, cheating though he did to get the upper hand, still, if he would have stayed on top of him, he might be walking home with the belt right now.
Well, that is a valid point. Brilliant, Bryce.
That's right.
But nonetheless, Braxton in control right now.
He doesn't look in control. He looks like he's getting pinned. There's a head scissors. Braxton Hunter putting all that pressure on the cranium cannot be pleasant.
Braxton Hunter, the first ever Gulf Coast champion.
This is the only Gulf Coast champion so far, and he's managed to hang on to it by the tippy tips of his fingernails, but we'll see if that trend continues. I think Juice Jennings would definitely have something to say about it.
Hey, nonetheless, he has defeated some of the best talent in the Gulf Coast. What's he going for? Oh, a pin! And how do you like that, Bryce? He waved to the crowd.
I think his cockiness is going to be his downfall.
And now he's just playing mind games with Juice.
Juice able to roll out of it.
Oh, he almost... Now he went for the Esposito right there. He almost hit it.
And Juice Jennings had it scouted.
Oh, he scouted that.
Yeah, absolutely. Look how strong he is.
Oh, my
Exploder suplex.
Destroyed him, Bryce.
Absolutely. Tossed him clear across the ring. Guarantee you Braxton Hunter is feeling that.
I tell you, he's not waving to the crowd right now.
Absolutely not.
He might be begging.
He might be waving his title goodbye.
He is begging for our official Will to come over there and break it up.
Well, that's what happens when you're being absolutely dominated. You beg for mercy.
Hey, he's not being absolutely dominated. He just made a slight mistake, and he paid for it.
Oh, and a decisive slam onto Braxton Hunter.
Executed to perfection, Bryce.
That's like clockwork right there.
And you hear the crowd.
Juice Jennings doing some jaw-jacking with the referee.
They're making some noise here for their favorite.
Probably telling him to quit siding with Braxton Hunter, quit jumping on the bandwagon and call it down the middle. Something you wouldn't know anything about, Justin.
Oh. But I know a lot about that back elbow. Nicely done. Braxton in trouble.
I don't know if you noticed this, but Juice Jennings going to roll over Braxton Hunter. Rolling over a half-conscious, full-grown man is not the easiest thing to do. And you watch him slip his arm in there, shoot the half Nelson to roll Braxton Hunter over. It saves Juice Jennings a lot of energy, and that's going to come into play later. The longer this goes, the less movement you make, the better off you're going to be. And Juice Jennings is absolutely having a master class in that right now.
I can't disagree with you, Bryce. He is looking good right now.
What do you say, Braxton? What do you say?
Hey, if this keeps up, we're going to have a new champion, Bryce.
Yeah, and a great champion at that. And Juice Jennings will have finally broken through the conspiracies against him and the things holding him back and taken the title he rightfully deserved in the first place.
Well, I don't know about all that. Braxton slipped out. Oh, nice kick to the temple.
Slingshot kick off the top ropes took Juice right in the temple.
Yeah, he's reeling from that one.
He's a little out
off
of it.
the top. Oh, huge cross body, the cover.
And a kick out.
I tell you, Bryce, that was close.
That was absolutely close. Juice Jennings knocked a little goofy there from that swing kick from the top rope.
Juice definitely not expecting that. And Braxton now looking to regain control and set up something huge.
Forearm shivers and a vicious chop by Braxton Hunter. Maybe he's finally starting to take this seriously. Oh, but a little too late.
How about that combo?
By a DDT. Good
New
Lord.
champ. Well, I tell you, that knee to the skull followed by a DDT. Nearly.
And I'll tell you this, that was a slow count. Juice Jennings saw it, you saw it, the entire world saw it, that was a slow count.
No, he nearly won the belt right there.
Yeah,
Braxton
he
just
should've.
barely hanging on. This crowd trying to give Braxton some energy to feed off of. Oh, Braxton paid for it there.
Got him in the ankle lock.
That could be it, Braxton.
That is deep. That is in deep.
Braxton is not close to the ropes.
No, he's not. He's nowhere near the ropes. He's in the middle of the ring. He better pull a rabbit out of his hat right now.
Oh, how about that, Bryce? Just rolled him through and used the power from that base to send Juice to the corner.
Going up and over. Juice Jennings had it. Had a plan there.
Counter after counter. Who is going to gain the advantage, Bryce? Oh.
Tornado DDT, springboard off the middle rope from the outside. Very impressive.
Perfectly executed.
Braxton Hunter getting the support of this crowd, but the support of the crowd only takes you so far.
Oh, and so now it's Braxton and the crowd. Is that going to be the excuse for Juice?
I wouldn't say it's an excuse so long as Juice wins.
Juice going to have to hit something huge. Oh, the Explosito from out of nowhere. It's academic. How about that, Bryce? I mean,
Braxton Hunter able to hang on to his title one more time by the easiest little bit of a notion.
Yeah, I had no idea Braxton was about to hit the Explosito like that.
And it never would have come to that if the referee hadn't been with the slow counts for Juice Jennings. The conspiracies continue against Juice Jennings, and Braxton Hunter once again walks away with his Gulf Coast title.
So you're saying that knee to the skull followed by the DDT that Juice delivered, that should have been it right there?
Absolutely. If the referee hadn't been doing a slow count for Braxton Hunter, Juice Jennings would be your champion.
I don't know about that, crew. I'll have to see a replay. I definitely disagree with you on there. That man is the champ.
For the time being.
That's what I'm talking about, baby!
We'll be right back live on the Gulf Coast CW Network.
one position till the breakout. They're the ones wishing they could turn around.
At this time, making his way to ringside, your challenger, hailing from Chicago, Illinois, and weighing in at 250 pounds, here is Christopher Santos! And his opponent, weighing in at 270 pounds, he comes to us from White Plains, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, here is O'Shea Edwards!
I'm so ready to see you back in the ring with honor with a defeat. Well, I'm ready. Let's go. Read him back.
And we are back on the CW Network. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a heavyweight battle right now. Christopher Santos taking on O'Shea Edwards.
Santos is the man that's never been pinned. O'Shea Edwards is a top-ranking athlete headed for bigger pastures here soon, but I don't know that he can get past Santos on that path.
Well, you are correct about heading for bigger pastures. O'Shea Edwards has signed with Ring of Honor, so not sure how long he will be coming to Revolt Pro Wrestling, but he's here tonight and he's looking to pick up a victory and keep his streak going. Gonna take a lot here as he battles Santos, and like you stated, the man has never been pinned. Former Revolt Pro Wrestling heavyweight champion.
Well, look at the size of Santos for that. I mean, the man is a brick wall. How do you get past him?
Power to start here. Man, what a matchup. How you like that, Bryce Anthony?
I don't think O'Shea Edwards
so far.
I don't think O'Shea Edwards likes it very much, I'll tell you that.
Well, I can tell you it's going to take a lot more than a headlock to put down O'Shea Edwards.
I'd imagine so. I mean, the man's an amazing athlete. But Santos has never been pinned, and I don't think that's going to change anytime tonight.
Look at the power there, Bryce. He just swung him.
I see that.
And Santos to the outside to try and catch his breath. Wow. What a display of power there. Just delivered a forceful toss.
Yeah, he did.
Hey,
Talking bad about me. He was.
Hey, come on, Bryce. I'm just calling the match right down the line.
Nah, you haven't called a match down the line since 1982.
that is merely speculation, Bryce Anthony.
I have the video.
Santos needs to focus on being in the ring and not worrying about what we're doing out here. Look at him right now. See, O'Shea, he's not having it. He is going out to get him right now.
Oh, and there you go. O'Shea Edwards attacking a man from behind.
Right in the back of the neck, Bryce. I love it.
You would. Oh, sure. But if Santos did that, he'd be a slimy, underhanded cheater. O'Shea Edwards does it. You can't kiss his butt enough.
Well, yeah, Santos is a cheater. I think he's never been pinned. I mean, it's just unheard of.
Sheer physical dominance.
Oh, look at that.
Like that.
Can't disagree there.
Oh, flying clothesline by Santos. It's like getting hit with a cannonball.
What a speed burst from Santos. Santos, the man who has never been pinned, lost his Revolt Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship in a Battle Royal, the biggest Battle Royal in Revolt Pro Wrestling history, after Ox Haney turned his back on him and tossed him over the top rope. And ever since, Santos has been a man possessed.
Well, possessed with getting his world title back, and who could blame him? Who doesn't want to be the heavyweight champion of Revolt Pro Wrestling?
And he is looking good right now. I can't disagree. If he hits that Fallen Saint on Edwards, I've never seen anybody kick out of the Fallen Saint.
Yeah, you won't see anybody kick out of it tonight either. O'Shea Edwards will be counting the lights.
But does he have the strength to get O'Shea Edwards up into the Fallen Saint?
Have you ever seen Santos? You said you got new glasses. Can you physically look at the man? I mean, how could he not have the power to put down O'Shea Edwards?
I mean, I can see it, Bryce, but man, O'Shea is huge. You know, you're one of the best broadcast journalists in the Gulf Coast. What'd you say Edwards likes to be called? The big bad, what was that again?
Kaiju.
The big bad kaiju.
That's a Japanese word. It means giant monster.
Right, see, so how is Santos going to get a giant monster up and put him in the...
Because Santos is a giant monster. This is Godzilla versus King Kong.
Well, I can't disagree with you there, Bryce Anthony. He's in control right now, just wearing down O'Shea Edwards.
Absolutely in control. I mean, how can you even watch this match and not know Santos is going to win?
Well, hey, hard to argue right now. I mean, there's no way that O'Shea can dominate Santos when he's gasping for breath.
You can't breathe, you can't fight. It's one of the oldest rules in combat. O'Shea Edwards definitely feeling that right now. Those huge, broad shoulders of Santos just plowing straight into him. And a nice kick to the ribs.
Nicely done by Santos. O'Shea out of breath, fighting for air, and Santos not making it easy. Just keeps kicking him in the chest and back. Devastating lungs.
Oh, went for the flying senton. Nobody home.
O'Shea out of desperation.
Goes for the sleeper hold. Santos rolls straight out of it.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake by O'Shea. O'Shea should have used his striking ability. No way you're going to make a man submit when he was just in control 30 seconds ago.
Not like that. Not with a guy like Santos who's so well versed in Greco-Roman style wrestling, catch-as-catch-can wrestling, freestyle wrestling. Santos is a world-traveled professional athlete. You're not going to get him that quick.
Bryson, you've been in the ring before. How does a knee to the rib cage like that feel when you're already out of breath?
You ever been hit in the ribs with a baseball bat? A lot like that.
My goodness, Bryce. I tell you what, Bryce, I might have to eat my words tonight. I'm worried here about O'Shea Edwards.
See, I'm just happy it was Santos having to count. If O'Shea Edwards had to go past 10, he'd have to take off his shoes.
Oh, come on now, Bryce. That man's intelligent. He was a college football standout. You can't just graduate from college and not know how to count. Oh, but what's Santos going for here? Uh-oh, he's caught. What a belly-to-belly suplex.
O'Shea Edwards with a burst of strength there at the end. Or the middle, or wherever we are in this match, who knows?
A flurry of flashes to the corner. And look at Santos trying to get out of the way. And O'Shea adjusts to keep it going. My goodness, Bryce.
Yeah, I remember last time I saw O'Shea Edwards did this, he wore himself out and needed a drink halfway through.
Well, nonetheless, his offense is working right now. Trying to gain control of this matchup.
And here he goes again.
Man! Bryce, how Santos still in this?
I don't know how the referee is letting this continue. How can you just hold your opponent in the corner and instead of letting him come out and fight him like a man?
Hey, Kurt Diamond's doing a great job right now, okay? What a power slam. That's it, Bryce. Count it. 3, 2. Oh, jeez.
And I just think you're saying that about Kurt Diamond because he owes you money.
I tell you what, Bryce Anthony.
That's brilliant, Bryce Anthony.
Mr. Brilliant Bryce Anthony. After we witnessed Santos take advantage in the early ongoing minutes of this matchup, he is reeling now. O'Shea has gained the advantage. The crowd is behind him. Santos is in trouble.
Santos seems to be in a little bit of trouble, but I guarantee you the man has a game plan. You don't stay unbeaten, unpinned in a place like Revolt Pro Wrestling without being a master tactician.
We just blocked that punch right there and about knocked him out.
O'Shea Edwards.
Oh, what a German.
Deciding to block those elbows with his face. Not the best idea I've ever seen.
No, and just like that, Santos regains the momentum. You got the crowd chanting Super City. They're impressed with Santos.
Well, everyone should be impressed with Santos. I don't see why you wouldn't be.
I mean, he is hanging in there with O'Shea Edwards.
He's not hanging in there. He's taking over the entire momentum of the match. Look at him go.
I tell you what, oh, he's going to set up for the... Oh, he went for the Fallen Saint, but O'Shea countered to a sleeper.
Santos wisely backing him into the corner, slamming it in there, making him release the sleeper hold.
I tell you, these two have taken so much.
Got him up in that fireman's carry.
Fallen Saint, here we go. If he hits this, it's it, Bryce. Oh, O'Shea countered and caught his hand.
Got him in a triangle choke. This is dangerous right here.
I can tell you that was not Santos' plans right there. He was going to hit the Fallen Saint and take it home.
Yeah, he absolutely was.
He's out of it, Bryce. That's it. I think O'Shea made Santos pass out.
He might have.
What's the official ruling? Oh, yes, he did. O'Shea Edwards caught him in that triangle choke.
It looks that
countered
way.
the Fallen Saint. Santos was in control.
He absolutely was. He got caught in that triangle choke off of the Fallen Saint. Winner by referee stoppage. And the referee, we've just been informed that the match was called by referee stoppage.
I think Santos just I don't think he tapped out. I think he just passed out.
The referee stopped the match, calls it in favor of O'Shea Edwards. And
I tell you what, Bryce,
turn of events here.
I think we need a rematch of that. Man, them two giants in the ring.
I think we need a replay of what just happened.
We're going to try to sort this out, folks, and we'll be back live on the Gulf Coast CW Network.
Revolt Pro Wrestling is proud to support Pink Heals. Pink Heals is an organization that comes together and fundraises for women dealing with and battling cancer. Now they help their families, they help before, during, and after treatment, bring together money to help deal with things like hospital bills and doctor's offices. They really help build a community, and we are proud to have their logos emblazoned on the Revolt Pro Women's Championship here. We are really lucky to be working with Pink Heals, who support so much of the community and support so much of what we do here at Revolt Pro Wrestling. We want to say a big thank you to Pink Heals.
And you can hear the crowd reactions, Bryce Anthony. These two no strangers to Revolt Pro Wrestling. Nick Markos with a ground and pound style. I mean, he'll use everything. He'll throw him out of the ring. He'll throw him into the ring.
Well, that's the dark horse for you. You might as well take advantage of every opportunity. Use every tool in his box. Why not?
I mean, he'll use the safety rail, the steps. I mean, it does not matter. He will do whatever it takes to pick up a victory.
Well, why not use everything at your disposal to get the W? I'm just saying, Andrew Merlin is going to have to be very careful with the dark horse here.
Yes, Andrew Mayhem Merlin, no stranger as well. And I tell you, Bryce, last month when we witnessed Critical Mayhem in tag team action, I tell you, they was very close to picking up the tag team titles, but they went for a double pin. That slight mishap, it got them.
But even with the loss, at the next chapter, they were so impressive. It warranted Andrew Mayhem Merlin a spot on the pay-per-view against the Dark Horse, and this is going to be a classic.
You got that right, Bryce. Markos, the first ever Elevate Pro graduate. And, you know, when he was trained by Alex Cruz taught him everything, took him in, mentored him. But soon as Markos learned everything he could, he turned his back on Alex Cruz.
Well, why keep letting Alex Cruz ride Nick Markos's coattails? Why have your teacher dragging you down when you can fly like a rocket?
Dragging him down, Bryce. He taught him everything he knows.
Yeah, and he took that and made it better.
Well, nonetheless, if Andrew Mayhem Merlin hits that Mayhem driver, that teaching will be for nothing. Oh.
And a swing kick to Markos's face.
Well, look
Merlin
at the
with a
athleticism
jumping dive.
in the ring.
Dives over the clothesline attempt. Back elbow to the face. Markos had a handful of bloody chiclets in his mouth.
And that springboard kick nearly into the match right there, Bryce. You can see Markos heading to the outside for a breather.
It's called a strategic retreat. It's where you reinvigorate your game plan, you make some halftime adjustments, and then you make your opponent eat the canvas hard.
And there it was, just like I stated. Markos will do anything. A very impressive ground and pound style. He just simply pulled his foot and made him eat the ring edge there. Oh.
And then he kicked his spine out his chest.
Man, did it again right there by the apron. Man, that's the hardest part of the ring.
Andrew Merlin's going to have to make some critical changes in his game plan to pull a victory out of this one.
Just kicks him right in the spine, and there it is. You can see him now gaining his wind back.
Nick Markos so confident in his ability.
But this crowd getting behind Merlin here.
Well, for all the good it's doing him, you can chant a guy's name all you want, but does it really help him? Because right now he's getting choked on the rope.
Like I said, he'll use the rope, the turnbuckle, the ring post, anything. We might even see him take him into the crowd, Bryce.
Well, then the crowd better move.
Looking to set up for a suplex here, Bryce.
There it is, snap suplex.
Nicely done. Could be it.
Pin not quite enough to put away Andrew Merlin.
Not just yet, but notice how he goes for the pin, and as soon as Mayhem kicks out, he's right there with the forearm over the throat.
That's just smart wrestling. You got to capitalize on every opportunity. Why after the pin just leave him laying there? Hook the head, hook the leg, do something, wear him down, put your body weight on him, make him suffer for his mistake, and then pick up the victory a little later.
Slides out of the ring, nicely done. And he tripped. Man, I tell you, Bryce, I think Markos, the cover.
Pop up on the apron, then sweep the leg, Johnny. Comes over the top rope with a splash and darn near picks up the victory.
I think Markos has a counter for everything, Bryce.
You didn't know that already?
Oh, very impressive. Just a simple ground and pound style here, and Mayhem is reeling.
Nick Markos asking for the crowd to tell him who's the man, and I think there's very little doubt about who the man in this match has been.
But to no avail here. Mayhem in trouble.
Climbs up top.
Oh, my goodness.
Corkscrew splash right on Nick Markos.
He really nailed him with that move. The cover.
2 count only.
Goodness, Bryce, what was that?
Corkscrew splash.
Man, I mean, he just used his speed and agility from out of nowhere. I think Markos was ready to destroy him in that corner.
Oh, and a chop right to Merlin's chest. And a forearm shiver to Nick.
Was that a 540 or more like a 630 corkscrew there?
It was 267.
267, nonetheless, it was effective. Now we have a standoff in the center of the ring here.
Andrew Merlin, no one to trifle with when it comes to his striking ability.
My goodness, he's got his second win here, Bryce.
He went from Muay Thai to Capoeira to Kung Fu to God knows what.
He's feeding off the energy here, Bryce. He's about to set up something huge. Oh, man.
Running knee in the corner.
What a knee strike. Markos looks dazed.
Got him up in the fireman's carry.
Oh, man.
Goes for the slam.
Planted him.
Standing shooting star.
Into the cover. Near fall there, Bryce Anthony. I tell you, all the momentum has shifted.
Momentum or not, near is not enough. You got to put the man's shoulders down for 3, and that is yet to happen. And I wouldn't count Nick Markos, the dark horse, out of this. That's why they call him the dark horse. He can come from anywhere with a victory in a split second and make it happen.
Well, I tell you right here, if Andrew Mayhem Merlin lands this, there will be no victory for Markos. High risk. Here we go. Off the top. Oh, the frog splash, but Markos blocked it.
And that right there is exactly
he
why
had
they call
the
him.
tights, Bryce. Did you see that?
I didn't see him grab the tights.
And how about this, Bryce Anthony? Main event time, the return of Toby Farley.
Toby Farley, by far one of the most dominant athletes on the independent scene, not only in Revolt Pro Wrestling, but around the country. He is a sick, sadistic man who is on a mission. I am terrified of him, but love to watch him at the same time.
Yeah, I love to watch him as well. I mean, when him and Zane Stevens battled for the Revolt Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, it was one of the best hard-hitting matches I have ever witnessed.
No love lost here between Toby Farley and the crowd.
Yeah, I tell you, man, I mean, I'm surprised one of them didn't lose a tooth after that match.
From Ringo, Georgia, here is Chase Jordan.
And here comes Chase Jordan making his debut here at Revolt Pro Wrestling. He's known as the Honey Badger.
The what?
Did you know that, Bryce?
Why would anyone want to be known as that?
Hey, I talked to him backstage, and he said, you know what, after people not taking him serious enough, he went back to the gym, he went back to training, perfected his craft, and he said, hey, I'm going to be known as the Honey Badger. And I said, well, hey, what's that mean? He said, I'm going to show you tonight, live on the CW Network.
Now,
you're just randomly naming yourself after animals now. Like, we're going to be the fruit bat or the fox squirrel or the dragon lizard.
Well, you know, I got to get notes from every single athlete here, so I didn't spend too much time on it, but he said it has a mixture of being unpredictable along with the Grinch movie being one of his favorites.
I'm just going to sit here and stare at you until you realize what you're saying is stupid.
Hey, that's what he said, and I'm going to go with it. I kind of like the honey badger.
You would. And there's Toby Farley showing his absolute power advantage. And the honey badger taking a little ride there to the mat.
Yeah, look at the facial expression from Farley. I mean, he is not here to smile. He's not here to play games. He's not here to be friendly with the crowd. He is here strictly to hurt someone. And Chase wisely taking out that wheel.
Toby Farley sporting a new back tattoo. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it says Jiu-Jitsu. Been told that it's a tribute to his respect and study of the martial arts outside of pro wrestling. I mean, the man is a well-rounded fighter.
Valid point there, brilliant Bryce Anthony.
That's why they call me brilliant.
No.
And using that jiu-jitsu now, he has got that arm locked up. But Chase gets out of it to my surprise.
Chase looking for a low blow here, possibly.
A little bit of head games here. There's the unpredictability. Oh!
Nope. Drops the elbow on the thigh. Which is a good move. I mean, you cramp up a man's thigh, can't walk around. A man who can't walk around can't fight you real well.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do to Toby Farley. You have to ground him. If he can just run around and strike you to the skull, this match will be over in just a few minutes.
Well, Chase Jordan giving up a massive size advantage. He has to take the wheels out from under Toby Farley. If he can keep him on the ground and utilize his speed, utilize some high-flying maneuvers, hit some big opportunities, he stands a chance. A micron of a chance, a ghost of a chance, a best wishes on Christmas kind of chance that Toby Farley doesn't get up and take his head off, but a chance nonetheless.
And there you can see the honey badger right there on his tights.
Yeah, I'm trying not to look. That looks like a drunken muskrat.
And there's Farley countering, man. Chase was in control, and just like that. Gonna be hard to win any kind of headlocks, arm locks, leg locks when you're in there with a jiu-jitsu master such as Farley.
Toby Farley, a master technician in the ring.
Chase using that speed.
Like I said, he has to utilize that quickness.
Farley struggling to start. A cover. And look at Chase get right back up. Oh, nice leg lariat, Bryce.
Well, you got to go with that speed versus the power. If you try and go fist to fist with Toby Farley, you're going to end up in
a cover,
or at least the back of an ambulance.
How about that near fall right there from the honey badger?
Near isn't good enough.
Looking to follow it up here. What a chop. Giving Farley a taste of his own medicine. Oh, I spoke too soon, Bryce.
Oh.
I think he lost the tooth, Bryce.
Flying boot straight to the face of Chase Jordan.
You seen our official will check on him. I saw something fly, Bryce.
Yeah. Could have been a tooth, could have been a booger. I don't know.
I tell you, one move is all it takes.
Well, when you're giving up that kind of size advantage to a guy, I mean, one move is all it takes. I mean, how are you going to counter 1.5 times your body weight hitting you straight in the chest?
And it's not just the size advantage, Bryce. Oh, what a
No, of course not. It's a power advantage. It's an experience advantage. It's a wrestling technique advantage.
And the experience is what I was going to talk about.
Listen to the sound of those chops echoing through Chase Jordan's body.
You can see he's a striker. He's a street fighter. freestyle wrestler, and you see the jiu-jitsu. I mean, many styles incorporated into one.
Yeah, see, Chase Jordan had a little momentum to go in there. He reversed Toby Farley into the corner, started laying out some of his own chops, and just the straight power of Toby Farley took Jordan down.
I tell you, Toby Farley, impressive.
Oh, with the angel wing suplex.
The cover just double underhooked him and spiked him down. Chase is reeling after that.
Well, who wouldn't be? Everybody be quiet. Oh!
Bryce, I can feel that over here.
I don't know how well that sound went through to the TV viewing audience, but it sounded like a shotgun went off in the middle of the ring.
Bryce, that one made my eyes water. I'm not going to lie. How about that one, Bryce?
Nah, you see, you don't have the weight behind it. And that's why Toby Farley's standing there.
You just said, is that all you got? Oh! You do not want to get in a striking battle with Toby Farley, I tell you.
This is exactly what I was talking about, isn't it, Justin? When you go fist to fist with a guy like Toby Farley, you're going to end up with your lights out.
Man, I tell you what, Bryce. It's so awesome to have sponsors such as Booby's Garage, Pink Hills, and EDM Security. I mean, these sponsors are the reason we can bring you the best talent in all of the Gulf Coast, right here on the Gulf Coast CW Network. Oh, that's it, Bryce.
And that's what happens when you ask Toby Farley to bring it on.
That's it. You see Will checking on him. He might call for the bell right here, Bryce.
Well, Chase Jordan probably made a bad call right there instead of trying to
That's it. Count it.
Use his speed.
How did he kick out, Bryce?
Create some distance and try to mount a comeback. No, he looked Toby Farley dead in the face and said, bring it on. And Toby Farley was more than happy to oblige.
I tell you what, Bryce, these two, man, they are going to feel it in the morning. Oh,
and look at that. Look at that.
Well,
Chase
Jordan's a good counter move.
Down the top rope to make Toby Farley fall. Now, how can you...
How about that kick to the chin, Bryce?
Yeah, and I'm sure that the way he got there was perfectly okay in your view.
Yeah, I mean, it was desperation counter. Uh-oh.
Desperation cheating.
Oh, my goodness, Bryce.
Oh, into the steps.
And he held on, Bryce. That's it. Stop the match.
Don't stop the match. Let it go. I want to
Will's
see
getting out there. Bryce, I can guarantee you this is over.
Yeah, well, I can't say the referee won't call this one on account of just plain maiming.
And now Farley, you can see him fighting with the crowd.
Jaw-jacking with the crowd, but man, it's Toby Farley.
He's just going to roll him in and pin it. Pin him, it's over.
Should. This match is over.
It's it. Count it.
Yeah, I just pinned him right now.
Excruciating pain displayed from Chase. 2 and 3.
Chase Jordan refusing to give up.
Where did he get that from, Bryce?
Pure instinct and stupidity, really.
Amazing.
Toby Farley,
the straps down now.
He's had enough. He's done playing. I think the kid gloves are off now, Justin.
Yeah, I don't think Chase should have kicked out there. He should have just went back to the drawing board and called it a night.
Go home to your mommy, Opie. Paul's about to take you to the woodshed.
Oh, man. I tell you, the Honey Badger in trouble. Caught again, that's it.
Reaper hold by Toby Farley.
And now you can see a better look of that tattoo.
I was talking about before. Chase Jordan just fading away.
He's still in there.
Hanging in there.
This guy is stubborn, Bryce.
The question is why? He's risking serious permanent injury.
Oh, and Toby caught him again.
Got a headlock.
Counter!
Belly to back suplex on Toby Farley. I don't think he saw that coming.
He did not, and you hear the crowd. They love it. Chase Jordan trying to feed off this energy.
Well, this is his chance if he ever had one, create some distance and mount an offense, but last time he had that opportunity, he yelled, "Bring it on," and got kicked in the face for his trouble.
Well, he's got a second wind. You can see it. Here we go. Pure adrenaline, Bryce. And he's looking good. They're going to set up for something huge. Oh, man.
Running
across
back
the bridge of the nose. Oh, that's it, Bryce.
The basement drop kick.
Toby is reeling just like that. The momentum has shifted. The Honey Badger.
We might be going uptown.
Oh! And it paid off, Bryce. The crowd loves it.
The suicide dive is named that just for its own risk to your own self. You can hurt yourself just as bad, if not worse, than your
He's got it
opponent.
right here for the Badger bot. Oh, on the outside, Bryce.
On the floor. I don't know how you get up from that.
Bryce, if this was a Falls Count Anywhere matchup, it'd be over.
Well, the problem is it's not. And Toby Farley, much bigger man than Chase Jordan. Chase Jordan has to somehow get that immense weight back in the ring.
I mean, Chase told me to be on the lookout for the Badger bot. And
Toby Farley kick out now.
I had no idea he was going to hit the Badger bot on the outside, Bryce. That is just an inch thick padding. I mean, it barely covers the concrete. You still feel it.
Absolutely. I mean, make no mistake, that padding might be there for safety, but it is not very safe to land on.
And he's putting all his chips in right here, Bryce.
Shade better than landing on straight concrete.
He is all in. High risk.
Rolls through.
Oh!
Toby Farley with the flying knee.
That's it, Bryce. It's academic. Count it. What? How is the Honey Badger still in this, Bryce?
I don't know. Dumbness. I mean, he may have been beat so numb he doesn't know that it's over.
Man, the Honey Badger is showing a huge display of heart here.
You know, I think somebody should come out here and throw in the towel for him. I think he's too dumb just to stay down. Oh, just a thud on the chest of that. Oh.
What an awesome main event here, Bryce, I tell you.
I mean, you wait all night for something like this, but you never expect it to be this amazing.
Oh, counter. Sherman in the corner.
Into the buckle. Toby Farley's head just ping-ponging off that middle turnbuckle.
I tell you, Bryce, Shadow Graphic Images and Alberta Farmers Co-op have delivered tonight, bringing us this matchup. It's over. And
that may have just been interesting. Toby Farley may have a concussion.
What a main event, Bryce. Back and forth action. Who is going to pick up the victory?
You really want me to answer that? Because I could give you a great speculative answer based on statistics.
Well, what do your statistics say, Bryce?
Shut up and don't ask me questions.
Oh, I tell you what, Bryce. I've had about enough of you. And Chase has had enough of Toby. He's going to finish. I spoke too soon, Bryce. Chase is about to pay for that, Bryce.
Oh, punch right to the chops.
And Chase is just sitting on the top, dazed. I mean, he might be concussed.
He's probably out of it. Toby Farley's got him. Looks like he's setting up for a superplex. We're going to the high-risk district. Rolling through onto that superplex. Got him up for a power bomb.
Oh, just broke his back. Bryce, that's it.
Power bomb into a backstabber.
That's got to be it.
Lord. Oh my God!
What?
Where do you get the energy to come back from something like that and kick out?
Bryce, I'm at a loss for words. I just can't believe this main event we're witnessing here tonight live on the Gulf Coast CW Network. Man, what a treat for these Revolt Pro Wrestling fans.
The people in the audience and the viewing public are definitely getting their money's worth on this one.
Oh, man. I tell you, management definitely going to have to take a look at this matchup. These guys have both brought their A game tonight.
Woo. Just thunderous chop.
Oh.
Bicycle kick to the face. Running knee strike ducked.
Counter after counter. Oh.
Roaring elbow right to the ear.
I tell you, that's it. Oh, and he's got him for the cradle tombstone. It's over if he hits this.
Going for it.
Oh, that's it.
Cradle tombstone.
Count it. The son of the South is the victor. It's academic.
Toby Farley walks away with the win.
I tell you what, Bryce, if Toby Farley hits anybody in the entire world with the cradle tombstone, it's over.
And ladies and gentlemen, your main event was better than you could have hoped for. Toby Farley walking away with the victory. If Revolt Pro Wrestling Management, if Brian Fury isn't seriously considering this guy for a shot at the world title, I don't know what's wrong with the universe.
I tell you, Bryce, you are correct on that statement. Toby Farley has just jumped himself to the front of the line. Man.
Well, that is going to do it for this episode of Revolt Pro Wrestling. I'd like to thank our viewers for joining us on the Gulf Coast CW.
Booby's Garage has serviced the Pensacola, Florida area since 1930, providing honest, reliable auto repair. We are 4 generations strong with many more to come. From timing belts to transmissions, we've got you covered. Located at 30135 US Highway 98 in Alberta, Alabama. Give us a call for all your automotive needs.